Welcome to Fireside Chat. My name is Sai. Since I started this YouTube channel 2 months ago, I decided to talk about how to calculate your financial independence numbers, how much money you should save in your emergency fund, and what low-cost index funds to invest to achieve financial independence. In one of my videos, I talked about how stupid I was to get myself into $100,000 in consumer debt. I used the 50-50 strategy to get myself out of debt in 2 years. If you're in debt, I am rooting for you. You can get out of it. It's just gonna take some time. When you're out of debt, your 50-50 budget strategy is gonna become so much easier. You're gonna have your money working for you instead of you working for your money. Also, don't forget to have fun while you're on the FIRE journey. You're not supposed to be miserable while you're trying to achieve financial independence. So what am I doing to achieve financial independence? In this video, I'm going to share with you my strategy to achieve financial independence. What type of FIRE am I going to achieve? What is my FIRE number? How do I prioritize my investment? Where am I on the FIRE journey? And how am I combining passive income with my FIRE number? You are going to get so much value out of this video. By the way, I noticed that half of you are not subscribed to my channel. So do me a favor and just click on that subscribe button and the notification bell. With that said, let's get into it. My ultimate goal is to achieve the fat FIRE. I believe I can do this within the next 9 to 10 years. I just need to be more aggressive with my investment and take more risk to get the higher rewards. My first goal is to become a millionaire. Remember, just because you're a millionaire, it doesn't mean that you're ready to retire. It just means that you're on the millionaire status. You may not necessarily have the money to live on your investment portfolio. My second goal is to achieve the skinny FIRE. What that means is I have enough money saved to pay for the basic expenses without ever running out of money. Now that is financial independence. My third goal is to achieve the traditional FIRE. What that means to me is that I have enough money saved to pay for my normal expenses, healthcare, and some entertainment. My last goal is to achieve the fat FIRE so I can retire early. That means not only I have enough money saved to pay for my normal expenses, healthcare, entertainment, travel, and any luxury items that I might want to purchase when I retire. It is also entirely possible to retire early before the year 2030. That's the year I want to achieve my fat FIRE. It's going to depend on the stock market and the housing market. If I can do it a lot sooner than 2030, it will be great. I just have to be very aggressive with my investment style. Number 2, what is my FIRE number? I have the number for each of the 3 FIREs that I talked about. Remember, the FIRE number doesn't include the retirement accounts because I can't withdraw them until I turn 59 and a half. Let's talk about my projected total expenses for the year of 2030. My skinny expenses will be $3,000 a month or $36,000 a year. So multiply by 28, the FIRE number is going to be $900,000. Emergency fund is $72,000, and that's from 2 years of expenses in case of a bear market. The total for the skinny FIRE is $972,000. My traditional FIRE expenses will be $3,500 a month or $42,000 a year, and that FIRE number is $1,050,000. My emergency fund will be $84,000, and that total will be $1,134,000. Now let's talk about the fat FIRE expenses. Now that's gonna go up dramatically because I want to include my entertainment and the travel expenses. So that total is going to be about $6,500 or $78,000 a year. For the FIRE number, multiply that by 28, it will be $1.95 million. And the emergency fund will be $156,000, and that totals $2,106,000. I calculated my FIRE numbers based on the projected expenses in the year of 2030. My kid will be in college by then, and she'll most likely be out of the house. I am also using the inflation number using the 2.5% average inflation rate. I will adjust my FIRE number at the end of every year based on the inflation percentage. Number 3, let's talk about how I prioritize my investment. My top priority is I contribute at least 8% of my paychecks to the 401k, which is the maximum company match contribution. That's free money I don't want to leave on the table. And the number 2 is every 2 weeks, I contribute to my annual expenses fund so I don't have any surprise spending. Number 3, I max out my IRA contribution by contributing to it every 2 weeks. And every 2 weeks, I contribute to the travel fund for our vacations. And number 5, I max out my 401k after the 8% contribution and up to $19,500 every year. Number 6, I contribute to the 529 and the UTMA accounts for my child. So that's mostly going to be for her college expenses and any housing expenses that she may need when she goes to college. Number 7, I pour whatever I have left into the 2 brokerage accounts, 1 growth and 1 dividend. So for the Skinny Fire, I will need to contribute at least $3,500 every month to the brokerage accounts to achieve Skinny Fire by the year of 2030, assuming the average rate of return is 10%. For the Traditional Fire, I will need to contribute roughly $4,400 a month to the brokerage accounts to achieve Traditional Fire by the year of 2030, assuming the average rate of return at 10%. For the Fat Fire, I will need to contribute at least $9,000 a month to the brokerage accounts to achieve the Fat Fire. I might not even have to contribute that much money if I have a higher rate of return. So the 10% rate of return is the most conservative number that I have. But with the individual stocks that I'm also investing into my brokerage accounts, those returns have been anywhere between 20, 30, and some stocks I have like 250% of return. So let's go back to the spreadsheet for a second. So if I can get 15% return every year, I'll only need to contribute $6,600 a month to achieve the Fat Fire. So let's talk about where I am on my FIRE journey. So right now I'm sitting at about 20% to reach my Fat Fire. I know that's not as impressive as you thought it would be, but I am making progress. The other progress that I'm making right now is my net worth. And I mentioned this in one of my previous videos, is when I was in my $100,000 in debt, my net worth was actually at about negative $250,000. And that's with the house that I purchased way back then. Now that my debt is paid off with a lot of the assets that I acquired, I'm sitting almost at about $600,000 in net worth. I mean, that's feels good to say it, but I am very close to reaching my millionaire status. But again, my ultimate goal is to reach my Fat Fire and retire early. So just kind of breaking down my net worth, about 25% of that is tied down to my the equity of my home right now. So I bought the house right after the global recession and the housing market was at the dirt bottom. In 2021 has been pretty crazy with the housing market, and the price has gone up dramatically. Now it's double the price of what I have purchased way back then. And about 30% of my net worth is tied down with the retirement accounts. And again, I can't touch those retirement accounts until I hit the age of 59 and a half. And if I do, I would have to pay 10% penalty and pay income taxes on that. And 18% of my net worth is on my side business. What I have been doing with that is I have been reinvesting all the income into that side business that I have going. But eventually what I would like to do is to have that side business become one of my passive incomes so that I can dramatically change my FIRE number in the future. So I have roughly about 10% of my net worth in cash. I use my cash to pay annual expenses, travel, entertainment, any other business expenses. So 17% of my net worth is with the brokerage account. So I have one brokerage account that's strictly for growth and my other brokerage account for dividends. What I would like to do is increase the numbers and the dollars that I'm gonna invest into those brokerage accounts, and hopefully I can make more progress towards FIRE because those accounts are dedicated for my financial independence retire early journey. And lastly, what I want to talk about is how I am going to combine my passive incomes with the FIRE number that I had mentioned before. Let's say, for example, you need $1 million to retire early. and that's $40,000 a year and to pay for your expenses without ever working again. If you make $20,000 a year, let's say for example you have military pension, rental income, or YouTube, then you only need to have $500,000 in your investment portfolio to achieve financial independence. Because $500,000 with a 4% withdrawal rate would be $20,000 a year, and your $20,000 passive income would make up to $40,000 every year. So what this means is that you could achieve your financial independence number a lot quicker if you choose to build your financial model outside of the stock market. And passive income means you're making an earning by doing all the work up front and then making all the money while you're sleeping at night. Passive income is not a get-rich-quick scheme where you don't work for anything and get money out of it. You still have to work hard for it and let the money work for you. What I would like to do eventually is use some of that cash that I have and invest into the real estate properties so that money can generate on its own, and I can eventually add the rental cash flow to my financial independence number. And then a REIT is a real estate investment trust. In my dividend stock portfolio, I own this stock called Realty Income Corporation, ticker symbol O. It pays me roughly 4% in dividend, and they pay me money every month just by owning their stock. What I would like to do eventually is to have $1 million invested in a REIT or REITs to generate at least $40,000 a year in dividend income. So let's go back to my fat fire number, and that's $2 million and with $80,000 a year. If I can make at least $40,000 a year in REITs and my rental properties, I will only need $1 million in my stock market portfolio to achieve fat fire. Thank you so much for watching my video. Comment down below if you have a different strategy to achieve financial independence. I'm going to post a new fire video every Sunday at 9 a.m. I hope to see you in the next video. Have a great one. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more fire videos.